the hidden cost of public safety. First responders are crucial to it. However, it does come at a human cost.
They're often told to be tough it out just because it's part of the job, but that mentality is changing. Tonight, we're digging deeper into a peer program at the Wake County Sheriff's Office that's destigmatizing conversations about mental health. Boris Garrett, better known as BK, was a North Carolina state trooper for 31 years.
Oh, when you're on scene, you have to put on that work face.
He's seen his fair share of stress-related incidents, even within his first few weeks on the job.
I was a young trooper. I was in Greensboro going to a wreck. I could pull up on a wreck and notice a gentleman was out on the road.
That young gentleman was a fellow brother, a lieutenant for the sheriff's office.
After I went home, I sat myself and just kind of sobbed. It bothered me.
It's common for any first responder, whether it be law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, or even 911 dispatchers, to face trauma daily. They hold themselves to the idea that they must be emotionally tough all the time. Showing pain in their eyes is a sign of weakness. The average person will experience 4 to 6 traumatic events in his or her life. Compare that to our first responders, who might experience 200% more traumatic incidents. On top of that, police officers die by suicide more than they do in the line of duty. 32 law enforcement officers died by suicide last year, with an additional 9 suicide attempts. It's something that sticks with Garrett after 31 years as a first responder. It's why he's now part of the Wake County Sheriff's Office Peer Program, created in 2015. Peer team members provide support during and after critical incidents.
Something that your normal coping skills can't handle. Like, it can be anything from if it's a first responder, it can be a bad wreck, a shooting.
It can also be divorce, depression, even burnout. The peer member's purpose is to offer first responders emotional support. It can be a phone call or a face-to-face meeting. The idea is to create a connection between the first responder in crisis and a peer.
I brought in more than 50 peers from 4 different states, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, to help us with the magnitude of what we were trying to do.
Aaron Back, a retired North Carolina State Highway Patrol trooper, works with first responders after major casualties, including the mass shooting at the Municipal Building in Virginia Beach, Virginia in 2019, and the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas in 2022.
We come in and we sit with the employees and we explore what this is that they've just been involved in, the difficulties that come along with it, the difficulties of trying to learn how to live with that.
It's not their job to be concerned about the incident itself. Instead, they're more concerned with how first responders react to it.
What we have to get first responders to do is be more willing to speak up and go, "Are you okay?" They're going to be more likely to talk to somebody who they believe has been in similar situations, may understand the job, may understand the different nuances of the job that make it difficult.
Mental health is becoming a priority for those who are critical to public safety. No matter how big or small, Garrett says reaching out to first responders is the first step in helping to heal.
Helping people when they need it is real easy to do, especially if you've got any kind of heart and you care for people.
Of course, the peer program, it's confidential, everything they say, unless they feel like the matter needs to go a little bit further, if they need to see a therapist or whatnot. But, you know, they've been doing this for a while just so that they know they've always got someone to talk to if they need to help coping through something.
Is this a program just for law enforcement or is firefighters?
It's firefighters, EMS, 911. It's whoever faces that trauma, you know, because they're all on the front lines.
They see it first.
They do.
They see it first, and that repeated trauma can be very tough.